With the release of her newest album, Renaissance, Beyoncé is once again showing up and showing off that she is the master of the entertainment industry.
The Grammy goes to Beyonce!
And while she is the queen of the world now, there were tough time moments that tested the pitch-perfect performer. From father problems to infidelity rumors to girl group drama, Beyoncé has experienced it all. But don't worry about Queen Bey, because through those struggles, Beyoncé continues to prove that she is the queen of entertainment.
I'm Beyoncé, and I'm a Virgo.
From the very start, Beyoncé had that star quality. And while that star quality may have been noticed by her mom, the world also soon after took note. In 1981, Tina Knowles, a beauty salon owner, and Matthew Knowles, a medical equipment salesman, gave birth to their first daughter, Beyoncé. After enrolling Beyoncé in a dance class, her confidence caught Tina's eye, and at the age of just 14, Beyoncé had auditioned for the singing group Girls' Tyme. Girls' Tyme was her entry into the performance world. Through this audition, Beyoncé also met Kelly Rowland, who would be a lifelong peer and friend.
And they've been just practicing their hearts out, and this is Beyoncé.
After some local success with Girls' Tyme and an appearance on Star Search, Beyoncé and Kelly branched out to create their own girl group with Father Matthew as their manager. By the age of 14, Beyoncé and her pop girl group that included Kelly Rowland, LaToya Luckett, and Latavia Robertson were eventually signed to a deal with Silent Partner Productions, a division of Elektra Records. This deal was their first taste of success. However, that taste soured when it fell through. But chin up, because in 1997, Columbia Records came knocking and signed the group that we all know as Destiny's Child. The first song the group recorded as Destiny's Child was Killing Time, a song that appeared on the soundtrack for the blockbuster hit Men in Black. It seemed as though stardom was around the corner.
The winner is Destiny's Child.
In 1999, the girls were primed for stardom with the release of Destiny's Child's first album, The Writing's on the Wall. With style and undeniable catchy hits, songs like Bills, Bills, Bills and Say My Name hit #1 on the charts. They eventually went on to win 2 Grammy Awards in the year 2000, including Best R&B Performance Duo or Group. During this unprecedented success, 2 of the members, LaToya and Latavia, began to voice concern over pay equity and management styles. It was during this time that they were unexpectedly fired from the group by their manager, who just so happened to be Beyoncé's father. After LaToya and Latavia were serendipitously asked to leave the band, Michelle Williams was introduced, and by 2009, the Now Trio was coming up with anthems that defined a generation.
Kelly, Beyoncé, and Michelle go crazy for Destiny's Child!
From Bootylicious to Independent Women Part 1, this was the version of Destiny's Child the world began to know and love.
We are #1. The album debuted at #1!
By the time the group released their third record-breaking album, Beyoncé began hinting at going out on her own. And even though Destiny's Child was at the top of their game, Beyoncé made the decision to go solo.
What's up, what's up? This is Beyoncé on the red carpet.
When hints of Beyoncé's solo career began, the world was highly anticipating her debut album. And in 2003, when Dangerously in Love debuted, charts were smashed. Dangerously in Love sold close to 3 million copies in the United States in its first 6 months. And it wasn't just success in the States. Crazy in Love took Beyoncé's music prowess worldwide. Beyoncé earned a slew of awards after the release of Dangerously in Love, taking home 5 Grammy Awards in 2004, including Best Contemporary R&B Album.
I want to thank the Grammys for giving me this wonderful opportunity. This was my first record as a solo artist.
While Beyoncé was always a big proponent of working with her family, as she got deeper into her career, she wanted more control in terms of management. Ultimately, Beyoncé made the challenging decision to fire her manager, who happened to be her dad. Beyoncé severed her management ties to her father, Matthew Knowles, and claimed it was to give him more time to focus on his gospel label. While commenting on the matter, Beyoncé said, "I grew up watching both he and my mother manage and own their own businesses, and I will continue to follow in their footsteps." However, rumors of her and her father's complicated relationship swirled after it was discovered that Matthew fathered a child outside of his marriage. And though Tina and Matthew's divorce was cited as amicable, the infidelity caused a family breakdown.
Forget the doubt. Keep investing and keep betting on yourself.
Now out of the shadow of her father, Beyoncé releases Beyoncé, the visual album, absolutely changing and destroying the game. Every song on the album was accompanied by a music video, marking a new direction for her artistry. In 2013, Drunk in Love was released as the top single, and it dominated the charts and awards season.
Drunk in Love, Beyonce featuring Jay-Z.
Hot on the tails of releasing Beyonce, Beyonce released another visual album, but this time with a starkly revealing theme. She releases Lemonade, and the world never looked at that drink the same way again. Beyonce's artistry and honesty in Lemonade permeated the culture, inspiring clothing, hair, and even feminist beliefs. It became the most critically acclaimed album of her career, garnering her a 2017 Grammy for Best R&B Album and 4 Emmy nominations, including Outstanding Variety Special 2016. However, with all the major accolades, musician Beck won the Grammy for Best Album of 2017, causing fans and critics to wonder if race or being a woman influenced this shocking loss. And while neither could be proven definitively, Beyoncé refused to let this loss slow her ambition and artistry.
Beyonce, formation!
And while Beyoncé was clearly killing it in the professional world, her personal life was living in the highs and the lows. Beyoncé met her musical collaborator and eventual husband Jay-Z in the early 2000s. Their first musical collaboration is when Beyoncé appears on Jay-Z's '03 Bonnie and Clyde. Celebrity culture mints them as the ultimate power couple. The two ultimately marry in a secret ceremony in 2008, and a few years later in 2012, Beyoncé gave birth to her daughter Blue Ivy. However, with the release of Lemonade in 2016, it was apparent all was not perfect in the world of Bey and Jay. Jay-Z was accused of infidelity, and fans were heartbroken. Through the turmoil, however, Beyoncé and Jay-Z stuck it out and continued to grow their family with the announcement of twins, renewing their vows and timing this with the release of their joint musical collaboration, The Carters.
The future better get ready for me.
While Beyoncé was dominating the music industry, she moonlighted as a movie star. She starred in several roles, such as Foxy Cleopatra in Austin Powers Goldmember and Etta James in Cadillac Records, but really proved her acting ability in Dreamgirls. Beyoncé continues to show her acting prowess in her short films for her albums, Lemonade and the Lion King-inspired Black is King.
This is so overwhelming. I've been working my whole life, since 9 years old.
Add another world for Beyoncé to conquer because the fashion industry came calling. Beyoncé teamed up with her mom on the fashion line House of Darion, which shifted years later to dropping the House of moniker and turning into Darion. Darion introduced a Sasha Fierce line of clothing named after the alter ego she morphs into on stage. After making the decision to end Darion, Beyoncé ventured into clothing lines with H&M, and most recently has teamed up with Adidas and released much lusted after athleisure wear clothing drops. She and Jay-Z also have ventured into the jewelry world, becoming brand ambassadors for Tiffany & Co. in 2021.
For the singing of our national anthem by award-winning artist Beyonce.
A career high for Beyoncé was performing the national anthem at Barack Obama's 2013 Presidential Inauguration, a truly proud moment for the singer to support the first Black president. And all this occurred in the same month as performing at the Super Bowl, where she united with members of Destiny's Child, breaking the internet and creating memes from her powerful poses. Because for Beyoncé, one major world event a month just isn't enough. And Beyoncé continued her game-changing performances by becoming the first Black woman to headline Coachella. Her performance was accompanied by a Netflix documentary, which covered the challenging and exceptional performance. And in true Beyoncé fashion, the cropped hoodie costume she wore inspired fashion trends for years to come. In the summer of 2022, Beyoncé released her newest album, and in a short time, it has already gained critical pop culture success. But, unsurprisingly, drama followed, as the album was leaked prematurely. But the fans in Bey-Hive did their due diligence and waited for the proper release date, thus ensuring success for their queen. Renaissance is distinct in its dancehall sound, but also delves into themes of sensuality, self-worth, and queerness.
Breaking the all-time record for the most Grammy wins ever by any female artist.
If there's one thing we all know to be true, it's Beyoncé's world, and we're just living in it. Through disappointment, struggles, and challenges, Beyoncé worked harder and came out outrageously strong. So bow down and enjoy the offerings from Queen Bey. For all things Bey-Hive, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to The Things Celebrity.